give us some examples, some stories from your experience, what we have done for our clients. So can we talk about some case studies, especially around microservices and the impact?
Sure, definitely. Let me think. Um, I Yeah, so let me talk about two case studies. One an Indian company and another based out of US. Okay, their development, their you know the areas in which their apps are used are also different. The US company's products are only used in US. The Indian company that I'm talking about, their services are only used in Indian market.
Okay. They are
Okay,
pretty much
so
centered in their
they're
own
complete
geographies.
in their own geographies, right? So there is no global connotation to this thing,
Got it.
but still microservices have helped them there. How did they help them there? So in the case of the Indian company that I talked about, there the costs are unmanageable, going spiraling out, lots of UX issues, um, and performance bottlenecks, um, and they are kind of in a situation already. Okay,
Okay.
they're in a problematic situation, and there we do this exercise with them, analysis, consultation, reviewing their KPIs. Obviously, we understand the pain points from day one because they're already in the pain, right? So, I mean, clearly visible pain points, right? There could be other hidden pain points that they want to tackle later on, but usually in a consulting exercise, you'll get all of this. But the visual pain points, which is cost overruns or cost escalations, performance bottlenecks, etc., they hugely benefited from the microservices migration or transition, because now they have clarity on which of these microservices is a cost center for them, which of them is causing this cost escalations or spiraling costs or whatever. Clearly, now they know. And again, if I have to draw a parallel between these two companies that I'm talking about, even though they are in different geographies, both of them are multi-million DAUs kind of thing, right?
3 million
So
DAUs.
DAUs. So they're
Okay.
already at a very large scale, and
Scale,
even
yeah.
at that point, migrating to microservices isn't that hard. It's just the approach you take to get things done. And
You
this
got to be
company,
diligent. Yeah.
correct. And this company has seen or experiencing value of microservices within the first 6 months, even though it took much longer to complete the entire migration, approximately about 1 year. They started, leveraging these things and seeing the value that microservices provide within 6 months of we starting to work on those services.
Like, how do we quantify this value? Like some.
Right. For example, let's say downtime. I'm trying to access some website or some service or something that I want to do on your web app or mobile app, and it isn't functional because something is in the backend isn't scaling up for this kind of load or scaling up for this, has some performance bottlenecks or whatever, right? If you clear those out, your user experience is improving manifold, right? People who are frustrated yesterday are not frustrated today.
Right.
So people who wanted to leave yesterday might stay back and see for a while, right? So even though your retention isn't great, your customer loss is at least timing is at least stopped, right? You're not losing customers anymore because of this, right? So your immediate ROI is not no user loss, basically, no user churn, right? That's one immediate ROI that you can see. Even though in the initial phases, you see that there is cost escalation. And so when I say cost escalation, there is an increase in your cost because you're slowly carving out your microservices piece by piece. the new microservices are increasing their cost because you are putting in more people to do this, or buying new
Absolutely.
infra, or deploying new clusters, etc., to run these services and all stuff.
Right.
Initially, it will look like that, but when the whole thing is migrated, the ultimate, microservices package that you have should deliver the same value as earlier at much less cost.
It basically pays for itself. The whole exercise pays
Based
for
on
itself.
later on,
Many times
correct,
over.
and many times over.
And what about
And
the US company?
yeah, the US company, I think, again, multi-million users, right? Already at scale. Um, but for them, it is not a problem that initiated this dialogue. It is, how should I put this? It is their roadmap for their future. They wanted to scale for the next million or the next billion users, and they wanted to get ready for that scale. And so that's where this exercise started, and we, you know, uh, build these multiple microservice components to scale faster, scale better, uh, increase their throughput, basically overall number of transactions handled, for example. But this is not number of transactions handled, but basically, let's say, number of users that you can, handle at any given point in time.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, imagine a ticketing system. If everybody is, logging into a website to buy the one ticket that is available, the golden ticket, who will get that ticket, right?
Right.
At that kind
Yeah.
of look, I mean, imagine that kind of load on the system with very, 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 um, you know, minimal user experience loss. If I come to this platform and see there is a ticket, if I buy, if I go to the payment gateway, it should be mine. But at least the landing page where I'm looking at that there is another golden ticket available, that should be functional always, right? That can't go down because there is so many people trying to look at it. For example, yeah.